All right, without further ado, let's get started. Um, I've been gone on vacation for the last 4 or 5 days here, and man, I honestly I really was looking forward to getting back. Thankfully, Bitcoin has done literally next to nothing since I've been gone. We've put in this really tight range, and it's in a really interesting spot. Um, so we're gonna take a look at where we're at now in terms of price, but I also want to take a look specifically at um I want to take a look specifically at what has happened in here, right? Because we've seen a lot of open interest build up in this zone, and I'm curious as to which way we can look for that to lead. And I did a little bit of looking beforehand, and I'm not particularly interested in looking at this as a wedge anymore. And I think a lot of people might, which in my opinion is a mistake. And I think that what would be really nice to see happen would be kind of a move up and then, continuation down. That said, if this wedge were to play out, I could see kind of this move back up here before then, continuation towards the end of the month. Um, So yeah, we'll go ahead and take a look at it, um, and try to figure out where we're at here. So we'll start by looking at a weekly chart here. Little bit of weekly divergence, nothing really to be crazy about. We do have an untapped weekly level below us at about 21,700. Do I have that marked on this chart? Let's check. Here we go. I do not. I'm gonna go ahead and just clean all this up, and we'll come back to it. This is an absolute mess on the chart here. We'll kind of start from scratch. All right, so that weekly level is here, which is also, it looks like it's also a daily level. That might be why I didn't put it there, because I already had it marked in some way. Still, let's go ahead and get that marked out. I actually don't even think that this level is going to be very significant, but let's just mark it out. I think this zone is significant. I don't think this exact level is going to be, but nonetheless, let's have that marked out. So yeah, just like what we talked about last week, we rejected from this intersection of 3 different moving averages. We could see that we're getting some degree of a move down. Let's see where that 21-week moving average is, about 21,300. So yeah, this here really coincides with the mid-range as well as the H12 order block that we've been talking about for forever. We can see this is a super clean chart. I really like this chart. I keep it open all the time just to give me kind of a visual on what we might be looking at here. But yeah, I could see kind of a move up and then seeing this week, kind of close, something like that, right? With the closure somewhere above the midline, but we kind of wick down in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, let's go down to a lower time frame here. We'll look at a daily. I like using this as my daily chart. We can see that the 55-day moving average is holding as support right now in here. The 21-day moving average is at about 2380, so that's good to keep in mind as confluence here. And the 200-day kind of lines up with that 19,200 zone that we're looking at, sort of that lower zone with the point of control down there, if you guys recall. Coming off of bearish divergence, and there is some bullish divergence forming. I don't think it's anything too significant, but it is there. Yeah, and when I look at this, like on a daily, you know, we think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. To me, this isn't enough of an ABC. We have to take out this low. In my opinion, this low has to get taken out. Whether or not we go lower than that, I don't care, but this low does have to get taken out in my opinion. You know, it's basically, you know, what is this? Right? This is the bottom of what we would consider our wave 4. So really, until this low is taken out, this could technically still be a wave 5. So as long as, let's just take a look here. I'm curious. This would be from here to here to, this would be to here. So yeah, so as long as, you know, we don't really go longer than this here. So what is this date? The end of March, basically. If this low isn't taken out, you know, this can technically still be wave 5. You know, we could do something like that and then take it down. I very strongly, very strongly believe that's not going to happen. I genuinely think that this is the high for now until we go a little bit lower. So yeah, that said, I would yeah, and this is kind of a resistance zone for me on SPY. Anyway, so yeah, back to our daily chart. I would be, you know, if this were like this, then I would look at something like this, you know, happening, which would then give us like a wider A, B, C, right? So kind of doing something like A, B, C. I don't think it would take that long, but you get the idea, something like that. Or we just simply have continuation to the downside, you know, off of something like this. Do I think that that will happen, though? Well, that's what we have to do, is take a look at the data, right? We have to take a look at the data for that. Go down to a 4-hour time frame. So we could see that the 21 moving average, again, on the 4-hour is acting as resistance here. Okay, so that's just kind of giving us an idea. And we can see that the 200 is starting to roll over on a 4-hour time frame. Right, so the uptrend is losing momentum. It is losing momentum, and that's, for me, like I said, I do think that we're going to see some degree of a larger correction before continuation to the upside, right? Just a matter of how long that's going to take or what it's going to look like. Like I said, I've been saying this for a while. I'm prepared for all of March to kind of be that time frame. I'm really looking at March to be our corrective month. And then for April, May, June, you know, we kind of start to see some degree of a larger move. So again, yeah, we can see we're rejecting here again on the 21. We can see some, where are we at here? About 20, about just shy of 23K. There's a little bit of resistance there. Okay, cool. So yeah, we kind of got an idea of some spots we want to keep an eye on. So let's go down to a 4-hour here. And let's take a look at this chart, and we're going to look back on some of our analysis here and just kind of start cleaning up a little bit, cleaning up some of this shit a little bit here. Let's take a look. All right, so these guys were taken out. Yeah, I do have that one as a significant low. I'm not sure. Actually, I'm just gonna move this one over here. Okay. Nothing of use there. Let's take a look. Yeah, so this is an interesting one for me. I really like this channel a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. I think it has massive, massive respect. I mean, you look here at the bottom, here at the midline, the top, at the top again, midline, midline, and now here at the bottom. You know, it's just the respect that this channel has had. It's very hard to ignore. I think it's very, very hard to ignore this channel. And the fact that we've lost this channel, even on a daily time frame, on a weekly, and not so much, on a 2-day, yeah, 2-day time frame. You know, but that doesn't mean that we can't have some kind of a deviation here where it, you know, kind of has a fake out back to the inside before then, you know, being lost, or even like doing something kind of like I said, coming up even a little bit higher. But let's take a look here. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, our range sideways here. We haven't even gotten back to the midline. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, think of yourself if you're channel trading, right? You know, and you're shorting the top of the channel and you're taking profit at the midline and you haven't hit the midline yet. If I was in this position, I would be extremely patient, still expect my trade to work out. So I would still think that we're going to see the midline. In fact, if we did get a move up, I wouldn't at all be worried about it because I would still expect us to eventually hit that midline before either reversing or then, you know, having continuation to the downside to the bottom of the channel. So yeah, I'm definitely not. I really do think that we are going to go lower. Let's just clean some of this shit up. I don't know what all this is. Okay, I don't really think I need this anymore. Oops. I don't think I need this one anymore. I'm gonna put this in the local T lines. H 12 hour block long. Yep. Keeping an eye on that. I don't really think we need that anymore. We do need this. This is the TOC 618. This is the macro. Ooh. Oh shit. I've already done a little bit of analysis before this, so I already have an idea of what I want to see happen, and I didn't even look at this fixed range till now, and it just added a pretty massive bit of confluence for me. What am I gonna call this one? So, range, yeah. Group 1, what are you? Well, look at that. Drew this out. I remember drawing this out at this very moment. I said this is a turning point for me. We're either going to go up higher or we're going to lose the level, and yeah, to a T. Thanks for playing. Go ahead and delete that one. Okay, these are the zones I was looking at. Yep, we can get rid of these. These are probably from the last stream. Short. That played out perfect. I consider that done. Thanks for playing. This one is still on the way. I'm going to get rid of it though because we're already in it. The wedge long. Yeah, so this was, you know, that position basically, you know, looking at this wedge. We can see that before we even were looking to enter it, you know, it went through where I was going to put my stop had I entered this position. Right? So, in order to adjust, if we were going to adjust that, we would probably look to enter something like this and have our stop loss below here. Yeah, I'm not really interested in that anymore. I'm gonna push that aside. Let's go ahead and hide these. I do want these still. Go wedge one. Or actually, why don't I just do this? All right. Couple brushes. It's so funny seeing these old plans. I mean, like, goddamn, that like, it's happening. It's actually like playing out. Like, I see this, I'm like, oh damn, like now do I really want to adjust to my new plan? Or is this the move? Let's just look at something once. Shit. All right, let's just leave those for now. Short position. This played out better than expected. Fixed range, already got that pull. Short position. This played out. Trend line. I'm gonna key trend. Yeah, this one, I kind of have an issue with this trend line for a couple reasons. Like I'll show you, right? So if we take that and put up this, you can see it. This makes it look like we've lost the channel. If I were to redraw this in some kind of a way where this is now the bottom, it would look like we haven't. So there's a little bit of discrepancy in this zone that price is in right now. It's a good place for a lot of fuckery, basically, because you're not really sure if we're losing it or if we've held it and, we're going to see continuation of the upside. So I personally am not huge crazy about this trend line, but I'm going to keep it on there. This fixed range, what is this? Oh yeah, okay, so all these smaller fixed range pulls, local zones. All right, let's get rid of that. Let's look at this harmonic. Okay, this one. What was this going to be here? This was a 6-6 to a 5. So if this were going to be a Gartley, it wouldn't be a Gartley. This was going to be a crab. It really couldn't be a crab. Okay, I'm not really crazy about that. We're just going to put those down there. SFP short setup. So this was our original plan. Basically looking to short the upper end of the range here. It didn't really ever get as high as we wanted it to, but I still did enter on these highs. Basically range for a while, anticipate an eventual breakdown. That happened and played out, so all right, cool. We're getting rid of that. These are my FSP spots. I'm gonna put that down here. I don't really need that there. 618 short setup. There you go. Yep. All right. Elliott wave. So yeah, so like this is the wave that we're kind of on right now. A, B, and then I would expect like a C. I wanted it obviously down here, right, for the H12 order block. So like a C here. And then for this to be the A, B, and then C down here was my kind of my ideal. And it's close. It's close, right? It's close enough. I mean, I honestly, I could see this kind of just going boom and dropping straight down, hitting this target for us, and then that way we're like, okay, cool, we'll long it up to here. To which then we'll start to look for shorts back down to here. So, okay, cool. Yeah, this is kind of, it's fine. It's fine. It's not great. It's fine. It's looking good enough. Local, okay, so local sideways, we talked about that. We're not at the midline yet. So like that, again, you know, with this Elliott wave, if we were going to do that, I would want to at least get down to this midline, right? Preferably take out this low so this kind of all looks good. It all kind of looks good for that. Let's check out some of these other ranges. Okay, so, oh shit, look at that. So if we go ahead and hide this, and we hide this, and we go ahead and put our local up, this is a pretty key area of resistance for BTC. We can see that these two areas of resistance coincide here. If price is able to break back up, okay, that's a pretty significant sign of strength. If it isn't able to, then obviously, you know, I mean, look at all these higher lows here. I mean, they're just kind of screaming to get swept, right? Yeah, I could definitely see some kind of a rejection there. Let's keep this hidden. I don't want this on here anymore. Let's put on this. I think that's an important trend line. Okay. Just don't have any of these in terms of time. Couple. Yeah, our order blocks. That H4 held as resistance. Let's skip that for now. Okay, we're gonna update our previous month for sure. Why don't I actually do that right now? Oh, fucking hell, that's an ugly... It's not a very encouraging monthly candle. Alright, so... Previous month high. Previous month, don't have that yet. Previous month control. Val. Monthly open. Which is not 618 anymore. And the monthly low. Which is what I want to take out. Let's go to here. Take a look at our monthly data. Okay, 24,675. $24,675. Okay. 2,400 on the dot for the point of control. And 22,757. Let's go back down to 4 hour and see where all these sit. Okay, I don't think this is going to be generally useful. This is not generally useful because we're looking at that low already. Previous month, Val, monthly open. God, man, that area is super good to me. Oh, shit. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to... No, I'm gonna wait. I don't want to like totally clear up my bias, but like I said, I've already done some analysis, so I have a trade in mind already. And the more I keep diving in, I'm seeing more and more reason to think it's a good idea. But let's just continue down the path here and just keep an eye on everything. I just want to be sure I have all of my bases covered. Okay, so daily levels. We do have an untapped daily down there. I don't need this one. We do not need this one because it's also a weekly. Do not need this one. Okay, that's the high daily. Let's add this one here. Daily level. And that is 23,640. All right, so that's an untapped daily level, 23,640. Yeah, we're gonna go over my trades shortly here. I just I want to be sure I have all the levels covered that I'm interested in. I don't want to just have a clear bias on one thing right now. I want to be sure I'm... Do we have a monthly level? Yes, we do. Already been tapped. Not relevant. Okay. Do I want to look at these? Why not? Time frame. Okay, what is that? 20s. Okay. Mid time frame. Similar positioning. Low time frame. Okay. Quote unquote local. Yep. Yep. Okay. This is the one I'm most interested in. Still looking good. Okay. Last thing I do want to check. Oh shit. Don't think these are relevant. This is a very interesting line. Okay. Nothing overly interesting there. Do I keep this one off? This is, yeah, that's an interesting, that's, okay. Nothing useful there. Nothing incredibly useful there. Yeah. Nothing incredibly useful here. Nor there. Nor here. Let's take a look at these fans quick. Wow. Okay. Interesting. 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 Last thing we're going to take a look at here are some point of controls. We do not have an untapped monthly or naked point of control there. We do not have a weekly naked point of control there. We do have one slightly lower that I am aware of already, I believe. Let's double check. Naked point of control. There it is. Okay. You're aware of that one. Let's look at our sessions. I just want to see if there is a session point of control I'm not aware of. $21,675. Not incredibly interested. Just say. Okay, so I want to show you guys something. Just give me one second. I'll be right back. I'm going to show you guys this. All right, so here's one thing I'm kind of looking at. I think this is really interesting because since we've gone through all of our levels here, I found quite a bit of confluence with it. Let's see here. Just want to double check the VWAPs. Yeah, and we have two VWAPs here. Okay. Yeah, so we have this one and 17K VWAP all right there. Okay. Yeah, this looks great. Okay. So I do want to throw on one more weekly. I think I got one right here, and that is tapped, but that is the SR flip. So, oops. Just gonna add that on there. SR. Okay, so here's my initial idea. I'm not really interested in the val. Not really interested in the va. This weekly, semi-interesting, not right now. Point of control, this high is enough for me to understand what's going on with that. These I can put in with the H12 order block. I do want to give us just a little bit of context with first of all, we do have a fair value gap here, a daily fair value gap that can be filled. And then I do, like I said, I want to give us some context, and I'm going to use the local up. Use the range sideways. I'll use the local up. I really, really like this range for now until it's, you know, at some point it won't be as relevant. We have, let's see, our local zones. I'm going to go ahead and hide them all except for this one, because it's the only one that right now in my eyes is relevant. So we can see that the val of this local range here is right on top of the monthly open. All right. I'm going to add these to here. And we're going to use the upper range. Or was it the mid time frame range? It's the mid time frame range. And, well, I suppose and the upper range if you want to use that too. But let's just take a step back from that. So this lower range that we put in over some time, the value area high is right on top of the monthly open, along with the value area low of this smaller range here. If we take the pull from here to here, the 618 falls right on top of that zone as well with the monthly open. So and not only that, but we also have this trend line, right? So if we just look at, we have quite a bit of confluence in this zone here. So I really like that. If we were to get a move to the upside, let's go down to an hourly time frame. Let's say if we were to, you know, if we were to short squeeze from here back into this zone, you know, I personally would be interested in doing some kind of a short like this, where I'd put my stop loss above this previous high, and I would look to enter, you know, around the monthly open, and then simply trade it down, you know, trade it down lower. Okay, basically to the H12 order block that we've wanted for forever, right? I mean, at the bare minimum, I would be trading it down to here. You know, take profit along the way. You could take profit taking out these lows here and here, you know, something along those lines. So I do like this zone as a short zone with your stop loss above here. If we were to take out this zone and have continuation to the upside, I don't think this daily is going to be stopping anything. I don't think that that's going to be the deciding factor. I would think that we would go higher and do something, you know, something like what I drew here. I drew two kind of different scenarios a long while ago. I mean, I drew them in here, right? basically to come down, put in a range. We're putting in that range, get a move back up to about the midline here of this uptrend, and there's quite a bit of resistance in this upper zone here. And then we would have continuation to the downside, and that would give us, you know, then our, let's go to a 4 hour just to clean this up a little bit. That would then give us our larger 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just say that, if that 1, 2, 3, 4 was, something like this, that's kind of doing something like that, right? Is ultimately what, what you could look for to happen. Something sort of like this. Or otherwise, we're just going to simply continue down from here. Here's what I want to do next. Let's take this is great. Like on the chart, I like this. This is like a really nice zone of confluence. Squeeze to the upside, an aggressive move, liquidations, and then, to basically just deviate back into this range and then continue to the downside. This would be awesome. I would love to see this, take out this low, and then we can look for a real long, to get a move up higher. I would really, really like this a lot. That would be an ideal scenario. Let's take a look at Delta and some liquidation zones here. So Delta is -4 billion, give or take. When it first came down, it was -10. I know it says -6, but I recall seeing it when it happened. It was around the -10, 12 range, and we could see that, there's been a lot of positive Delta slowly building up in this range with not really a whole lot happening, right? So that's something to take into consideration. We do have some liquidation levels here at about 23,150. 2350 and 23,150. So if we look on the chart here, 23,150, that's right at the 618 and the monthly open zone. So again, if we were to get a short squeeze, they would target these liquidations here. So that's perfect. That's what we would want to see. Plus it's also a resistance zone. So that would be, that's ideal. This is pretty much what we would want to see in this case. This is really, really nice. So yeah, it's lining up. It's lining up so far. Let's take a look at the liquidation heat map. Let's look back the last 7 days and see where liquidity is being built up into. So it is being built to the upside, 23,150, 22,700. It is being built towards the upside. And again, at that other zone that I was looking at, the 24,500 zone, in the event that we do get the higher move up through here. So yeah, it looks good. We do have some nice confluence being built up there. The 21,500, the 20. Yep. Let's go to a monthly. Wow. So there really is quite a bit of liquidity built up higher up here. I do not think that's yet going to get taken. This 21,500. Yeah, like I would love to see a liquidation down here, which is our H12 order block, right? All in here to take out all of this liquidity, and then, look towards that move to the upside. That would be more of what I would like to see. Let's just check the 3-month chart real quick. Yeah, and oh shit, yeah. Yeah, so here the 20,800, great. That is our H12 order block, and then wow, lower there is definitely quite a bit of liquidity. It doesn't always mean it has to get taken, but it's definitely something that we want to be keeping an eye on, right? Let's go back to, I just want to take a look at some quite a bit of shorts trapped in here. Nothing too insane. I'm sure a lot of this has been liquidated already. We have a single print up to here, and then another one up to this full single print would go up to at 23,350. So maybe wick up into here, which is fine. Our stop loss would be fine if that did happen. Yeah, so for me, you know, as I look at this chart, I don't really have interest in taking any trade here at all. I just don't. If you know, that's a totally different story if you're trading this range here. I've been gone, so the first thing I'm not going to do is come back and start trading this mini range here. That simply doesn't interest me. If you guys have been watching this price action and, you know, longing the bottom and shorting the top of this range, then, you know, great for you. And I mean, you can continue to take those trades, I think, as you see fit. I personally am not interested in doing that. Let's just, for shits here, if we were just to go draw this out, you know, basically something like this, right? Be trading this mini range. Like I said, I'm not really interested in doing that myself, but that's primarily because I've been gone, right? I was on vacation, so I'm not gonna hop back in and just start trading this channel right away. Yeah, I like the side one more a little bit. Yeah, so that is something you can do. People are definitely right. This is a very valid channel to trade, this slight up channel. So that's something that you can do if you're interested in. I'm not. I personally would rather wait for here, or even better yet, there's, you know, obviously we can look at the, you know, 618. If we were to, let's say, get a move down, sweep these lows, hold the 618 on a closure, have some market structure change, maybe we can look to trade that for a long back up, or otherwise, you know, in my opinion, like the best thing would be to wait for this zone up here, right, to grab those liquidations, or otherwise to, you know, look forward to our H12 order block that we've been waiting for forever. I know you guys are probably almost getting sick of me talking about it, but, you know, we do have that H12 order block down here, right? Granted, this weekly, it's still technically untapped, so, you know, maybe price does come down and do something like this and whatever. We can reevaluate at that point. I'm not going to sit here and, like, be overly eager to trade that personally. If price does get down to this zone, you know, like we've talked about for a very, very long time, I'm definitely interested in longing this zone. What does that look like? Let's see. I do have it somewhere in here, or did I delete it? Here it is. You know, that setup is basically something like this. Oops. 210. Let's do this now. You know, having my stop loss below this low here, kind of tighten that up a little bit. Longing, you know, I put it at the top of the H12 order block, but really, I mean, ideally I would be entering positions, you know, down here. I would love to be entering positions down lower, right? But really in this zone is kind of the area that I'm looking for. You know, ideally something in here. But like I said, I would definitely prefer getting kind of in this zone here and longing with my stop loss here. And then, you know, basically targeting, depending on when and where, we'll have to reevaluate our targets. But, you know, I would be looking at, you know, back testing this maybe even into the mid range. You know, there are zones that we can look at and kind of update from there. But, you know, I would really prefer to take this out before I open up any longs, and then, you know, we would follow essentially this larger ABC. You know, if we were to just simply continue down from here, get this, you know, here, long up, come back down, you know, and then sort of go from there. And like, in part, why is that, right? We can we'll take a look. If we go on to a daily time frame and we draw, you know, from our low here to here, I think I actually have that. This is that point of control. Let's double check. Yes, it is. But if we go ahead and add, you know, the 0.5 and the 382, yeah, the 0.5, you know, it's I guess it is slightly lower, right? But all in all, you know, I would really like to see this as being maybe a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth, or maybe even in A, B, C, something like this, right? But nonetheless, I would still expect it to be coming lower here. So like for me, doing this is ideal for then, you know, a larger move to the upside. So we're gonna have to just like wait and see and kind of, you know, play it by ear and watch these zones. We can see that this channel is really putting in work. It's definitely, you know, holding as resistance, and I'm just not like a lot of crazy longs are opening up. Nothing really too insane is happening here. Funding rates, you know, yeah, not overly bullish or anything like that. So, you know, and there is negative delta to be had. Let's look up here. Yeah, up to that 23,150 level. We can see that that's kind of a little hot spot here. Yeah, so like I said, we're in the midst of somewhere that I'm just simply not interested in trading. I am short from up here, so you know, I'm not really like crazy overly eager to get into a position. I did take some profits here though. So yeah, for me, if we squeeze up here like right now, I'm gonna just go ahead and set an alert and say look to short BTC around here, right? If we get that, great. And then 2, I have my order block. Look for long, fair value gap fill, look for long. I'm actually going to move this just a little bit higher to 21,400. And yeah, so like that's, you know, that's pretty much my general plan. I'm actually even going to set one here to look for maybe a 618 long as well. So yeah, that's, you know, just getting back from vacation, taking a look at the chart here. This is a really big hot spot if we get the squeeze to the upside. For me personally, doing this would be really, I would love that. I think this would be a really nice setup. But we'll have to wait and see. Maybe we simply continue to the downside and we can go ahead and long, you know, this H12 order block like we've been planning on for a very, 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 very long time. Okay. But do keep in mind that this zone is a really important piece of resistance. Let's see how long we've been streaming for. About an hour. I wanted to go over ETH too. I'll just do it very, very briefly. Okay, let's hide some of this stuff here. Man, we played ETH. We played ETH real good. Real good. I don't know if you guys remember this in the chart, but I said, you know, I was basically like, yeah, I shorted here, took profit here and here. I shorted here, I took profit here, I shorted here, I took profit here and here. But I did this ahead of time. I posted this here, literally on this day. I was like, yeah, I shorted here again. And, you know, sure as shit, what did we get? Both of our take profits, spot on, both got hit. I'm still in this short. I don't have it totally closed, but I do have quite a bit of it closed. Yeah, that was, you know, that hit really well. That was super awesome. So this trend line, and that was based on, you know, this, you can see this kind of trend line here forming, and you can see where we took this short. That is irrelevant. This channel is interesting. Still looking to long, whoops. Still looking to long this zone here. Hoping it falls on the same time frame as BTC hitting that H12 order block. There it is. Yep, this is again one of the shorts, one of the many, many shorts that I've taken here on. You can see 1, 2, There's a third one in here somewhere. I was looking at this higher zone. We obviously never got that. I'm still gonna keep that there. Let's take a look at the liquidity on ETH. I'm gonna try to keep this one a little bit shorter here. Nothing really interesting. Start at 3 months. 1320, yikes. $1,800, 1320. 1710. 1710. Yeah, I mean this channel right here is pretty, you know, this is definitely the tell-all channel. You can even see here the top of the channel, support for that low here, how it acted as support, resistance, so on and so forth, re-entering here, having relevance here. Yeah, if BTC got that similar move, if BTC got that move that we were just talking about, you know, this one up to this zone here, I would assume that, you know, ETH would also get to about here, you know, and then we could basically trade it back down again. Is there a daily fair value gap there? Yes, there is. Look at that. Just another lovely market inefficiency. Go ahead and set that. Right now, that fair value gap is holding as resistance. Yeah, you know, like I said, from here, honestly, like I'm not interested in taking a trade at all. Let me put this other channel up here. This, I don't know if I want this one. I'm really liking this sideways channel right now. Where is that? Close these. Shit. Let's look at that month there, that weekly. Weekly's up here. That has been tapped. We do have a weekly down here. I like the daily more. Monthly. Open. Let's just put that on quick. Previous month. low, monthly open, previous month high. Let's go back to our 4-hour. Okay, so we know that the previous month low is the general target. So I don't really need that on here because I have it on the chart. Pop these X's on. Yeah. That's the zone. That's the zone. And here. Draw on our sideways channel. Yeah, I would if like I said, if BTC were to get that squeeze to the upside, I think this would be the parallel move on ETH. We get that move here, whatever, and then we basically target back down to the bottom of the range. And from there we can look to have it continue, but ultimately, having our primary take profit kind of in this zone is what I would be looking for. So yeah, I think these would be my two trades right now. There's a little bit of liquidity in here for ETH. I like that. We have this downtrend forming here. Fair value gap 618, monthly open, kind of in a zone. And then again with BTC, we just have all that really nice confluence there. I think it's a great area. Great area for a short. Now, like I said, if we do just blast through it, I mean, you guys know me. I don't set limit orders. I do market orders. So if we blast through this zone, I'm not going to be looking for shorts till quite a bit higher. All right, so just keep that in mind. I do definitely want to see a good reaction, a good resistance here, something whatever, and then we can look to trade it back down. In the event that we do just get the straight move to the downside, you guys know where I'm looking to long. I've been looking to long this zone for a very, very, very long time. So I think that's it. I see we don't really have any questions. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here, guys. Thank you for watching. I know this one was a little bit longer than we normally have them. But we covered a lot of really great stuff here, and I do think that we found a great zone for some confluence on some shorts here. And I'll be sure to keep you guys updated as the charts sort of unfold and give us some new information to go off of. But like I said, for me here, I don't see any reason to hop into a position here. For me personally, I don't really have any reason to. Like I said, if you guys are going to trade this mini range, great. Follow channel trading rules. There's a nice channel there. There's no reason you can't trade that and make money. For me, just coming back from holiday, I'm just not particularly interested in that. I'm going to wait for some of these, more key targets for me to hit, either higher or lower first or whichever one it may be. And I'll go ahead and look to trade those, when the time comes. So, on both BTC and ETH. I'm especially more interested in shorting ETH. I just do see alts pleading, a little bit more against Bitcoin too, so it'll kind of give us better shorts, when the plays do come. So enjoy the rest of your day, guys. I'm back and in the Discord all week. I'll be doing chart updates all week. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in the Discord. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the Discord.